All right, we're gonna progress to the last topic, and this is the topic, obviously native to myself and AB as expats, right? We're the West meets the East via podcast. You dig? So this is about being an expat in Qatar. If you're someone sitting in Canada, sitting in the US, sitting somewhere abroad, why would you consider Qatar? And if you are considering Qatar, what are some of the resources or things you need to do to prepare for this journey over here? So, AB, I want you to go first, talking about like some of the resources that people can tap into to prepare themselves, and then why Qatar in general is a great place for an expat.
Uh, this is it's a very broad question, but well, first, okay, we'll go big and then we'll narrow it down. Why Qatar is a great country or a nation to work abroad. Number one, the safety and security of the country. Okay, very safe, very clean, um, and people for the most part are exceptionally nice. Excuse me, nice people, easy to get along with, and you have to come with an open mind. Okay, it's not like Canada, it's not like America. Obviously, every culture, every country is different. They have rules and regulations and laws that you have to follow. Uh, I can't do certain things as a Canadian in Canada, which makes sense to me. So you can't come. You have to check your privilege in your country, and you have to understand that there's rules and regulations when you go to any country, and Qatar is the same as well. And Qatar follows the rules of Islam. So you will have to dress a certain way. You will have to what's it called, mind your language and understand and be privy to the way and the culture of people are. That's the first thing. When you have to do your research, what kind of job sector you're going to, whether it's teaching, engineering, doctor. The first you have to do is join forums. Go on LinkedIn, talk to people, and find out the climate of whatever job you're hiring. Okay, obviously in teaching, there's a lot of job boards for education, and you can just kind of get a feel of what is they're looking for. Teaching is one of those things where it's like a revolving uh, revolving door. There's people always going to be leaving. There's people always going to be coming in, and it's always going to be there. You always need teachers. You always need. It's a requirement for every nation. Every nation needs teachers. But you have to understand, what are you teaching? What are you qualified? What are you all these things? So a good way is to go on the job boards to see, talk to people. Go on Facebook, join groups, ask them, hey, what kind of subjects do you teach? What is the parents like? What are the students like? What is the salary? Because everyone's obviously in it for the money, of course. No one's gonna say, I'm here for a good cause. No, they're not. Okay, everyone's in it for the money. Okay, so what is the salary? And that is based on a grid, like a scale. So what is based on your experiences? So that also applies the same thing for also healthcare as well. There's also a grid. Okay, and based on your experiences, based on your degree, what do you bring to the table? So, and then also, if you're someone who is like adventurous, or someone who, obviously, I always tell people, make sure you have a life outside of work. Okay, very important. Make sure you have a life outside of work. So when you join these groups and you ask these questions, ask them, hey, how is other things to do? What are the other hobbies? How's the parks? What is the food like? What is the climate like? What is the weather like? What is this? Make sure you ask, because it's not similar to how we have it back home. And then make sure you join and you find these pocket communities where you can join. Find the Canadians, find the Americans, find this people, find this people. Go join a basketball group. Go join football group. Go find the hobbies and create. And for me personally, I personally don't hang out with a lot of teachers. And the reason why I don't hang out with a lot of teachers is because there's too much common ground between us. Not because I don't like teachers, but I don't. What are we? There isn't that much things that we can discuss like that's outside, So I try to be in different circles where I can get a different image of Qatar or of whatever it is. Oh, you do what's it called, diving? Cool. Like how's diving? How's this? Oh, you do fishing? Cool. Like how's And when you run with different circles, you see Qatar in different lights. You know what I'm saying? And if you only hang out with the same people you work with, you won't last long. I promise you now. You won't last long. Okay? You will not last long. Okay? So you need to have different circles that you run with, and you will enjoy it, and you will last longer, and you will see the beauty of Qatar. Make sure you enjoy it for what it is. The food is great, the culture is beautiful, the religion is even more beautiful. And the hospitality, they're known for being very hospitable people. They're known for being very giving. And it's an all around great place because if you come with an open mind to learn, to accept, and also don't forget, every country has their own problems. By the way, every country has problems. Canada has problems. America has problems. Every country has problems. It is what it is. Qatar isn't any different, by the way. However, if you come with the open mind and open heart to accept things for what it is and how they move and how they do things, then I promise you, uh, this place will be you will stay in this place for a very long time. And if I can do it again, I'll do it again. So to me, it checks off many boxes. I love it, but make sure you do your research. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you join these forums. Make sure you make these connections, because at that point you will enjoy it for the beauty of what it has to offer. And trust me, it offers a lot of things. I promise you.
Absolutely. That's well said. There's a lot to say. We could have went on a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
I'm
Trust
sure
me, I know.
AB has a lot to say,
Yeah.
but he condensed it as best as he could. I appreciate that, my brother. Hopefully, maybe I'll cover some of the things you would have said as well. But I think just to piggyback off of what AB said, the first thing is if you're interested in Qatar, you want to look at the website I Love Qatar.
Mm.
.net. I think it's I Love Qatar.net. If you just type it into your Google search, you'll see I Love Qatar. It's the most comprehensive website about Qatar in terms of what's going on here, in terms of the events, in terms of the news, updates, in terms of everything that you want. This is a very, very good comprehensive website for you to check out. They're obviously on all the platforms as well. YouTube and Instagram, I follow them exclusively on there, as well as Facebook too. So this is the first one. I Love Qatar. Check that out in your Google search. Number two, you need to speak to people.
Mm.
If we're here, like myself and AB, speak to us. Speak to other Qatari expats that are here. See what they're saying about their respective, career, their respective field, where they live and what compound, the lifestyle, the food, the schools, all these different things. They can talk to you firsthand about their experience. And if you don't know anyone, Facebook groups, they have tons of Facebook groups that are popping in terms of the conversations that people are having about all types of subjects. And so I think any type of Facebook group, if you can get access to those, they really have a lot of information in those groups as well, especially about schools and other things going on. Networking is important as well. If you see a particular job, if you're an engineer, you need to go on LinkedIn and network with people who are engineers or recruiters, right? Who have jobs and who are looking for expats. You need to link in, right? Literally like the title of the platform. You need to link in with them and really see what's going on and have a recruiter do the legwork for you. And if you need a resume done, holla at me. I'm a certified professional resume writer, so you need to just get the whole package created just so that you're ready for the recruiters and can go through that process, once your name is called to do an interview. All right. So that's important as well. And just do your research, good old fashioned research. Compare everything. What type of salary amount do you want? What's the market over there in terms of the packages that they're offering? Just do your research. It fits what's best for your family. Because once you make that move, the salary that you're getting offered has to fit for your entire family, and the compensation and the benefits and things of that nature. So it got to make sense for everyone. Can't just make sense for yourself. All right,
Right.
so that's the thing. In terms of why I would move to Qatar, there's a ton of reasons why I would move to Qatar. Like subhanallah, it's a lot, but I'll give you a few. I'm looking at some of my notes here. I'll give you a few. Number one, like AB said, it's safe, it's secure, and it gives you a peace of mind that you haven't had in the West. And so that's the number one thing that ranks very high, apart from it being a Muslim country. The safety, security and peace of mind is unparalleled. I can go outside at 12 at night and walk around and get 10,000 steps. Nobody's bothering me. I can go into neighborhoods with big houses, nice communities, gated communities. No one's going to do anything to me. No one's threatened by me. It just feels different. That's all I would say. And I'll keep it at that. Number two, AB said it as well. Nice people, hospitable culture here. Definitely have that going on here as well. Number three, for me, it could be hot for some people. People can need more rain, but I love the predictable weather. Every day I go outside, I don't have to go look at the weather report or the weather channel or my weather app. I know what the weather is pretty much going to be, and I can adjust for it at any time. It shocks me when it does rain, and it's not really like a lot of calamities in terms of weather. But again, I know what I know, and I know how to dress appropriately. I know when the seasons are coming and when it's going, what the weather pattern is going to be like, and I love that. My wife's from London, for example, and it rains over there randomly, indiscriminately sometimes. Just a culture of weather over there is rain. It's going to happen at some point during the day, during the week. For me, I don't like that. I like more sunnier weather. So it just depends on your preferences. All right. Number four, it's a no-brainer if you're Muslim. I don't think I need to elaborate more on that. It's a no-brainer if you're Muslim. You just have to come over here. It makes sense. And then number five, I think it's number five. Yeah, number five, the lifestyle. Me in particular, I like the lifestyle because some countries are a little more to the right in terms of the Gulf. Some countries are a little bit more to the left when it comes to the Gulf. Qatar is right in the middle to me. They're not going too extreme with liberalism. They're not going too to the right with really holding things down conservatively. They have pockets of those things, but it also allows for all people to have a certain lane in this country within reasonable limits, obviously, right? But as a Muslim, I don't feel threatened by any of those limits or any of those other lanes that are happening as well. I feel totally fine. I feel like the country's in a really strong place when it comes to just offering a little bit something for everyone. And as I said before, my last point is a no-brainer if you're Muslim to come here, right? So you're going to feel very happy if you're a Muslim here and exactly how everything is going. It's not going to be a shock to you. And if you're coming from the West like I was, it's actually it exceeded my expectations way more than I could imagine before I moved. And so I don't want to go too deep into that. I think the last thing I want to go into just to the job part. So Facebook groups, finding recruiters, getting into job fairs, right? Being active in those job fairs, and then just sending emails and job inquiry emails to the HR departments or to people that you may have networked with at schools. Some schools give bonuses. Like say a school that's looking for a teacher, they may give you a bonus for that, right? They may not, but it may be they're looking for something and you have a unique skill set. And so you always want to be able to network because you may not know everything that's posted, but someone else working there does. They know the scoop or they know what's going to happen. And so you always constantly have to be sending emails and networking and checking in with people authentically, right? Not hounding them, right? And being a nuisance, but authentically just keeping it fresh with those connections. So that's about it on my side. AB, did I cover everything or
You covered
we missed
everything.
out? We missed something?
You covered everything and some.
Okay, cool. That's a given, man. I think between me and you, we would cover a lot more, and we probably still, if we wanted to, uncover some more things as well.
100%.
You know,
100%.
yeah. So we're at the end of the show.